centre-bounce. Tim English and Rowan Marshall will be a fantastic battle today. Maybe it is Bailey Dale, though.
That's what I'm going. I'm going Bailey Dale, because if you look at the half-backs or the defenders in the competition, he's top 3 in the comp for score involvements. He is a weapon, and he roams around and gets uncontested possession after uncontested possession. In the last 5 weeks, he's had 163 disposals, and only 27 of those have been contested. That's about 85% uncontested. You can clamp this man. No one does. No one puts any time into Bailey Dale, and he's able to run amok. I don't think that'll be the case tonight. I think Ross will be keeping a close eye on number 31.
They've already played each other this season. A big win for the Dogs. It's Thursday night footy on Fox. It's the Bulldogs taking on St Kilda. Sam Darcy is back, and Matt Hill back from calling in.
Here we go.
Is ready to roll.
Terrific, Howie. Can't wait for this one on a Thursday night. St Kilda coming in 5-7, and the Western Bulldogs 6-6. Bontempelli and Windhager exchanging telephone numbers in the middle of the ground. English wins the first tap. Patted out by Steele. Woods hot handball. Sinclair, his landmark game, sinks his boot into it. Long ball towards the top of the square. No mark from Keeler. It was Fraser at the fall of the ball. Williams, and then lobs. Clearing kick, not good enough. Chance for Burns, an early chance around the body. Cut off in the goal square by O'Donnell.
Immediately spreads it, risky, and Mr. 200 Sinclair comes in at the perfect time. Eyes are darting, but looks like he's going to line them up.
Oh, this is what we're talking about. This guy, he plays half-back, but he just goes where the footy is likely to be. He plays the percentages, and when he's in the forward half, look out.
Rookie pick one back in 2014. Trevor Barker Award 22-23. 33rd Saint to 200 games. And to start his night perfectly. Big build-up, not the result he was after.
Bit of a floater off the foot there from one of the best kicks in the competition.
Anti-climax from the two-time best and fairest. English.
All right.
Little one outside, defensive 50, darting ball to Liberatore, and then Dale blazing through. Burning kick through the centre of the ground. Dale's piercing ball inside 50. Look at this man, though, picked up by Wanganeen Millera. It was elite, the pickup. Quick hands. Sharman, little bit of a dance step on the spot, and then Hill floating handball back along the flank to Wilkie, and he's going to direct play out to Webster.
Webster, good early mark and possession for Darcy. Whistle on play downfield the way of the Saints.
Caminiti got the big job, obviously, on Darcy. Wilkie's gone to Norton.
Short to Sinclair, front of Liberatore. Woods trying to provide the overlap run. In short to McRae. Looks a touch far out to be completely comfortable. McRae dishes back off. Another opportunity from outside range right to the top of the square. So a couple of early chances for Sinclair.
Another big matchup. Windhager has gone to the captain, Marcus Bontempelli. So looking to go straight after the Bulldogs captain with the Saints' best tagger.
Dale out to Williams. There's Fraser calling for it. A little bit rushed in the end. Norton with a little bit of work to do. Being harassed out of it. Has he kept it in play? No, throw it in.
There you can see the tag. Windhager, he will be right next to Marcus Bontempelli all night. Plenty of body on the Bulldogs captain already from Windhager's teammates too.
English and Marshall. Early attack going the way of the Saints through the legs of Richards.
Hello.
Torre goes to hoover it up, keeps it back into Kennedy. What a recruit he's been, immediately dumped across the line.
Dangerous tackle. Yeah. A whipping tackle at the end there, dangerous. Player grabs his head. I would like to see this player take it for an assessment from the field.
On YouTube is still
just take
going.
the likelihood or the question mark over whether there is serious impact or not. Or the players fudging.
Kennedy, Dale goes short. Liberatore just chipping it around through the middle. A little bit of a dance step from Williams. Sold a bit of candy, then floats one to the top of the square. Norton, clever tap towards Treloar. Then it was too quick for Darcy. Burns chucked it out to Caminiti. And then Webster's little toe poke. Clearing for now. Windhager with work to do. McRae in the phone box and out.
Could already see Sam Darcy trying to get to the back of Caminiti, his opponent, trying to use his height there. But Caminiti, it's brave to play in front of Darcy, but it does take away that big jump.
Windhager busy.
I don't know who I want to win here. Probably St Kilda. Bulldogs are playing really well though. The average is pretty good.
First inside 50 for the Dogs. Norton in the ruck against Marshall, who doesn't show him a great deal of respect. Grabs it out, wobbles it forward. Williams takes the mark.
So Williams hesitates and then pops it to the hop spot. It goes. Bontempelli caught out in the end. Wilkie with the fist. Stocker scrapping for it. Harassed by West. Takes it to ground. Umpire wants it.
That was holding the ball.
Interesting now for Tim English, because Marshall's getting back to help defensively on the tools.
Every single time Marshall.
English has free run.
Wobbled out of defence. And just seen across the line from Luke Cleary.
So we just saw English. He charged to about 35-40 from goal. They've got to see that and say, Marshall's going deep. Let's pick off the ruckman. Make him accountable.
Clark clearing the congestion. Steele sold a bit of candy on the spot and then probes it down the wing, looking for Keeler off hands. Butler's hovering, grabbing at O'Donnell, and he takes it out in the end. Little bit of niggle there. Little bit of niggle, little bit of feeling early on in this.
Yeah, not happy with the Dan Butler tackle there.
That's not really a lot of people at that game tonight.
Dolan stands.
It's pretty quiet.
Wanganeen Miller up off the contest. English grabs it out to Kennedy. Looks to be moving okay. Edges the ball forward. Wilkie, premier defender, in front of Karmas.
So you can see the Saints going one-on-one around the stoppage, and they just all went defensive side and charged through. Bontempelli just orchestrating the lot.
So the Saints with a couple of early scores. English at the back once again. Marshall thumps it on the boot. How will the umpire see this one? Insufficient.
Let's play on. Yeah.
So Dale brings it back into play towards forward, and there's the towering.
That's still they play on.
And he's getting back, so they've got to be better with that. English is 30 metres.
There's a lot of paint on that ball.
And they can bypass Marshall, whose sole objective is to assist on Darcy.
David King, Jack Rewald, Eddie Betts, Brad Johnson, Thursday.
They must have just sprayed those fields.
Kick. They turn it over. The Dogs bang it back inside. And Stocker runs back, covers territory.
Everyone's hands are going to be so red. Let's play on.
So just a little bit stagnant off half back here at the moment as Burns flirts with the boundary line, was looking for the tall timber.
Yeah, it's out.
Tried to keep it in play in Marshall, but didn't.
An early sign as well. Aaron Norton, he's already off the ground, so they're trying to get a spell through there, and you can see the tag, Windhager versus Bontempelli, not giving him any space.
English to advantage. Dolan overruns it. There is Windhager. Webster immediately caught.
Thanks, Tom. Just leave it.
So with Norton on the bench early, maybe that is a sign of Sam Darcy coming back in. Norton gets an extra spell.
English only as far as Hall. Quick hands towards Burns. Uses his body well. Got a possession away, but only as far as Dale. Coming through hard, Sanders. His handball towards Dale. Threw him under the bus. Liberatore, McNeil, Dolan. Couldn't get boot to ball. Had a bit of a fresh airing under pressure. Picked up by Burns. Clearing kick outside D50. Cut off by Williams.
Immediately punches it forward. Dogs looking to press. Bailey to Bailey. Piercing ball. Darcy! Good grab. And the footy world smiles.
Oh, how easy was that? Geez, timed that lead absolutely spot on. And in the end, he had no play on the ball, Caminiti. Just have a look at this for supply and service. That is perfect.
Missed just 6 games, avoided surgery. Back in the big time, gets it a touch narrow, but looks to be moving well.
And if you let Bailey Dale roam around, he's already had 9 disposals. He will set this game up for the Dogs.
So some early chances for both sides as Wanganeen Miller has a little gallop outside of the square. Has plenty of time out to Sinclair. Sinclair down the line over the head of Davidson and co. Grabbed by Frazier. As Davidson brings it back into play, McNeil inside 50 on his own.
Yeah, and that's the lowering of the eyes we're talking about. They've had options 40 to 50 from goal open for the first 10 minutes of this game, and that's the first time the youngster just lowered his eyes and said, there it is. They're all dropping back to help on the tools.
So set shot this time for Lockie McNeil. Arguably his best season last year. It's going to sit this up right on the line and through for a behind.
The Kingy, you said at the start you wanted to see Windhager on Dale. He's already had 9 disposals. We saw him nearly bring up the half-ton a couple of weeks ago. Are you doing anything different to what they're doing at the moment?
Well, Windhager's gone to Bontempelli, and Bont hasn't touched the ball yet, so you'd have to say it's a big win for the Saints, but Dale's running riot.
Jones, Richards, good tackle, managed to get it free. The penalty comes.
So Richards called to play on
around.
wobbly one, doesn't matter. English.
And there it is. It just sometimes takes a little while for the guns of the game to just recognise what's happening. So the opposition ruckman rolling right back to the top of the square, and they said, okay, he's got to be free. Good play. He's got to be free somewhere, English, and they found him.
Plays on quickly to Buku Kabas, who's kicked 10 goals this year. He's closer, but the angle a little bit more acute. So Kabas sets himself, takes his time, round the corner.
That was a goal.
First goal
That was a
on
goal.
Thursday night. Buku Kabas.
So already Dogs dominating marks inside 50. Re-entry again. Great tackle from Ed Richards just to get it into Tim English. So important.
So look at this. So there's English. He's going to roll inside the forward 50. The opposition ruckman, they're generally rolling back to help the deeper tall targets, and they just get caught out. Really clever play from English to drop into that little spot, that little hole.
Yeah, and I love this as well, sharing the load. So better shot. Tim English obviously 40 metres out on the boundary. This is a sign of the Bulldogs evolving as a forward line. Sam Darcy comes back, could potentially draw the ball, but it gives you a 1-2 punch. You got Darcy there as a bailout, but you're also going to have plenty of other options. And already we've started to see them, and it is causing that man there headaches.
Hunter Clark standing beside Bailey Dale at the reset. Keep an eye on that matchup. Marshall wobbles it forward. Here is there. Just gets out of his hands towards Owens. Somehow managed to wobble it forward.
Oh.
Nice pickup too. Dished out wide by Sharman, coming in his haul.
This is the chance for the Saints to lock the ball in there. D50, or in their forward 50, sorry. 8-3 already inside 50s. It's been a domination early by the Dogs.
No, I don't have the red line.
Keeler tapped it down. Bontempelli had hands to it. Richards scrubs it along the ground. Wood sizes them up. Snap round the corner. He has shanked it to the right. Another chance goes begging for the Saints.
Or a lovely game, 1-8-9.
Aaron Norton on the ground. Sam Darcy having his first rest of this game.
Takes it out to the city side. Here is Norton. He's caught behind. Gets a spoil on Stocker. Wood back to Wilkie. Clark. Aggressive ball. Out in front of Travalia. Picks it up nicely, the young man. And he's got an area in the pocket, but coming back was O'Donnell. Just in front of Sharman. Affected the spoil.
Yeah, the kick just didn't have enough on it there to get over the top to Sharman. He'd led back nicely. The Saints using the ball through the middle. They're extremely dangerous. Dogs defense breaks down there. They want to be doing more of that to challenge the Bulldogs inside 50.
Another foray forward for the Saints as we head towards the halfway mark of the first quarter. Shallow throw in. English pats it down as a result. Jones grabbed. Out he goes to Windhager. Steps around, centres it, lob. Too good.
Deep in defence, lob. Piercing ball. Wilkie will arrive at the contest to touch late.
Yeah. He's been held for the best part of 15 minutes so far. He's got away with a few, Windhagen. I don't mind testing the boundaries early with the umpiring. First time he's been pulled up.
We saw Langdon do it on Dacos and eventually start to get pulled up. So Bontempelli is happy to switch the ball. It's a long piercing kick and the Dogs are away.
First touch for the Bont tonight. Cleary palms it off. McDonald down the line. McNeil. So good, crisp movement of the football so far. It's a flat point now, though. McNeil has to sky one. 2-on-2. Richards couldn't drag it down. Clark grabbed in a two-man tackle. Umpire wants it.
Spoke about Tim English. His work rate doesn't touch the ball in that passage of play, but he opened up the space for the Bulldogs to get the ball into their own forward line.
Dogs press again. Hill. Sinclair. Screws it out of defence. Spoil comes from behind. Again, Sharman.
So Hunter Clark is the one. He's the one pushing up into the contest for St Kilda. He's the high half forward going right up around the ball. That's what's allowing Bailey Dale to play free behind.
Yeah, which, Jono, at this stage seems like an awful tactic at what it's allowing the Dogs.
Because it allows Williams to then come up and be assertive as well, Kingy.
Richards probes one towards Bontempelli. Down they go. There was collateral damage.
Yeah, you got hit hard.
And then West finds Sanders. Caminiti slow to pick himself up.
Well, it wasn't Darcy and it wasn't Norton. It was Bontempelli in that aerial contest. He was the one with the conglomerate of Saints that came in and brought the ball to ground. And then great team play just around the corner. Very good from Riley West.
So Sanders made his debut in the first round last year, played 14 matches. He's played 12 this year, comes in at point blank and makes no mistake for the second goal for the Doggies.
Well, it's simple. If the game lives in contest, it's a Western Bulldogs game. Once it gets to the outside and the Saints can work the ball and use the space and work to the open side and play a bit of counter punch in a methodical sense, it'll suit St Kilda. But this here, in the trenches, this is what the Dogs do well. Inside to out, best team in the competition at that. Look at Bontempelli, just takes all the trauma there, takes 3 bodies down. What a leader.
So off the back of that and the free kick that Windhager's given away on the half-back flank here against Bontempelli in a marking contest, I reckon it's time to get Bontempelli forward. Isolate him. He's taller than Windhager. It gives him a chance to be in the air, and that's where he can beat Windhager.
Darcy into the ruck. Jones steams through. Good hands. Long ball forward off the boot of Steele. Keeler. Higgins.
And you feel for Ross Lyon because that there by design in this list build is meant for Max King. So what Darcy's doing upon return for the Dogs, they haven't had that luxury, the Saints.
Throw in. Keeler and Darcy.
Yeah,
Keeler punts it
okay,
down.
that's right, yeah.
Boones went without it. Clark. Centering ball. It was a low percentage play in the end, and Dale finds Cleary, who kicks it out towards Davidson and spoiled by Webster.
First quarter and then
Really
head
good
off actually.
defence there from Jimmy Webster. It's that one as a half-back. You've got to be so aware when the ball turns over like that. You've got to be on the outlet, and he was right there.
They've got to do something about Bailey Dale. He's had 10 now. You see him off the back of stoppage here. He's lurking. He's got Hall next to him, but I guarantee he ain't picking him up.
Darcy in the ruck. Clark. High ball. Big fish from O'Donnell. Had a really good start to the season. Spills out. Butler 4 last week. Back by hand. Wanganeen Miller makes a little bit of space.
Oh.
To hit Higgins. I think it was the zinger, and he nailed him.
And that's the beauty of a player with the dare and the healthy football arrogance that this man has. We love it. Messiah the Messiah. He steps one way, comes back the other, and here goes, here go.
Plays on.
Oh,
And he misses from 30 out, no angle.
Oh,
why did he go around the body?
he's just 3 or 4 games away from All Australian. 3 or 4 big ones, Jack. Capitalise on those.
He's 9 off the Coleman as well, with Cameron on 38, Higgins on 29 at the moment. To the wing. Sinclair in there. Dolan on hands and knees. Over the top, Liberatore. Ball it up.
So what are you doing with Bailey Dale, Kingy?
Oh, I'm just putting a half-forward tag on him now. I mean, you tried it. It didn't work. Dale's come to the bench for his first break.
With 10 possessions under his belt. Congestion. Good tackle applied by Hall.
And that's important too, not to let it to get outside to where Bailey Dale would be if he wasn't on the bench. You've got to make sure that you work at the coalface in the contest, and your tackling like that doesn't allow the Bulldogs
That is
outside
50,
run.
dude. He refused to give it to the St Kilda guy.
Right in the middle of Marvel Stadium. Lead comes from Keeler. Just dropping back in the hole, unopposed, was Riley Sanders.
It's a good point, Jack. That's what Hawthorn did last week. They hunted the body after losing the initial clearance.
Vandermeer.
Move it on. Play on.
Kick to the congestion. There he is. Wanganeen Miller. Not just the kicking. Good.
Oh, that was shocking.
Barking superb kick. Let him down that time. Cut off by McNeil. Called to play on. Doesn't know what to do. First he was indecisive, then he wasn't sure. Comes laterally towards Williams and then goes short.
He's indecisive, then he wasn't sure.
He's got Vandermeer calling for it. He kicks inside 50. English in from the side.
Ball.
Kennedy dispossessed, throwing it on the boot, Wilkie, but it's only going to be as far as Williams.
And a fair bit of it early. There's the number 34. Another inside 50 ball on the stretch. 3.9 metres, Kingy, you're telling me, and somehow they managed to bring it to ground.
Yeah, I dare say there's a little bit of arm in that spoil as well. He's at full extension. Look at that. He's chopped the left arm. The umpire's got to see that. There's no one can go with this man when he extends like that.
Especially with the kick there as well that went inside. You just need to kick it out in front of him. The 3.9 vertically, he also comes out, and that's where you start to get free kicks of chopping the arm. Should have been one there.
Just a blood rule for Josh Jolan off the ground for the Dogs.
Scrap for it, 40 metres out from goal. Comes out to English somehow. He was grabbed. Trevelyan, he got rid of it. Treloar goes in, whistle. Free kicks and Kilda.
See, they're doing a good job of the clearances. They're really fighting the fight as a midfield group. That's 13-5 now in favour of the Saints. He's got to get some sort of reward.
Fourth disposal for McRae against his former side.
And that was the plot that Cal Wilkie described that was pre-game. Kingy was in around. They must do what Hawthorn did around clearance to take control of this game.
Good run out of defence.
Oh.
This is the kick. That's the last couple he's missed. Unusual for Wanganeen Miller. Affects the turnover. West chips it forward.
Commentator curse.
Kick and a half from home. Got options in the centre. Hangs up for a while. Gets to Fraser. Plays on. He's
She's going for it.
Lines up the sticks from 48. Put her in your book. Fraser on the board. Dogs free early.
20.
Well, the Dogs, as much as they're getting beat at clearance, it's the turnover game and the forward turnover game as well. Just another turnover that resulted in a re-entry. The best kick at St Kilda, that's 2 in a row, Howie, as you mentioned, that he's missed, and it resulted in a really prime opportunity for the Bulldogs to go back the other way. This man here, Bailey Williams, is having fantastic. This is that kick that David King is talking about. I know it's not inside 50, but all the St Kilda backs are getting back to Darcy. It opens it up, play on, and thank you very much from 50, Joel Fraser. What a great finish.
Well, he's got the zinger, the stinger, and also the stinker. That was a stinker from Nash. I mean, just really aggressive.
The
I mean,
stinker.
that's as small percentage as you get back in the corridor like that.
Very good, Kingy.
Bontempelli
Bulldogs are just
funnels
looking
it to
unreal, dude.
Liberatore. Hangs one out for Richards. Richards quickly spears one towards Darcy. Did he rake it in?
Well,
Umpire says no.
Such a focal point up forward, isn't he? Your eyes are drawn to him. No. Hit the turf. Norton tries to burst through the pack. Little roller. Wanganeen-Mirror to Burns. Important exit ball out. Bailey Williams time and time again. He's been able to intercept the ball, kill the ball. He's done it again there.
And it's the flow-on effect when you don't play six forwards, which the Saints aren't doing at the moment. Brad Johnson's already rightly mentioned it, that Dale is free and it allows Bailey Williams to be proactive, and that is why it's deja vu out of the Saints' back half, and Bailey Williams is the man stopping the exit again.
Windhager got it clear somehow to Hall, and then Burns grabs. No decision on that one. Dale's quick kick cut off by Wanganeen-Mirror. Next kick important here. He's put in a couple of shockers. That one's better to Sinclair. Sinclair wants to get on with it quickly and does to Wilkie. Out to Stocker.
Even we did that better than NRL players. And bullying it backwards.
Cleary to beat and lob, but Cleary picked his pocket. Looking for Bramble. Owen's there for help. That's a throw. Free kick to the Bulldogs.
Dogs plus 6, 14 to 8 on
That was unlucky.
50s. Dale's had 11, Sinclair 10.
Saints fans not happy there.
Bramble, the former Hawk, towards Norton on the wing.
It was technically a throw, but he didn't even want to get rid of it. His teammate just came and cleaned it up when he lost it. He wasn't trying to throw it or pass it. Oh, what?
Ran up, initiated the contact and took the free.
Yeah, it's the positive of being in the back position.
West looking for Darcy, too hot for him. Dolan at the back. Can he scoop it up? Can he pick it up? He can. Threw his boot at it. And across the face, out of bounds.
Thought he might have had the little handball to Tim English there, Dolan, but he was the one out the back of the Darcy contest, floated over the top like that.
I think he's taken the late Robert Walls' advice, never handball to a ruckman too far. That was on there, no doubt, Jack. A little pop handball. They just can't find a target here. The Dogs behind the ball are denying any uncontested marking from the Saints. It's been difficult to move the ball.
Under pressure, Wanganeen-Mirror out of bounds on the full. Jones brings a bit of run. Now Hall.
Here we go.
Launches forward. All the
Here we
way
go.
down the back.
St Kilda can't miss this.
Rolls in. Turns. Dribbles it home. Much needed for the Saints, and Jack's on the board.
I'll tell you what, if back to goal was an Olympic sport, he'd represent Australia, this guy. I love him. I love it. He sniffs a turnover and he's gone. You'll see this on replay. As soon as the ball's kicked, he takes off. He says, well, I can't really influence the play. I'm 50 metres off ball. The defender just naps for a heartbeat and it's over. He's out and gone, 15 metres goal side. Look, as this ball's kicked, he's in motion. You'll just see him coming to screen. He's already gone. He's taken off. He hasn't done a lot wrong there. I think it's Cleary, but he's just done. It's over. That is a Jack Higgins special. What a season he's having.
And he nearly missed it, kind of.
It's an interesting kick, I reckon, that one into that part of the ground. It's what Damien Harvick would refer to as the trampoline zone, because turnovers there usually result in scores from the Bulldogs' back half there. Had the opportunity, a little pocket play was there. Darcy wasn't used.
So is that the spark to ignite?
Oh, no, then he's going to respond straight away.
Has a bounce, thinks about
Oh!
Then weaves through, has a second bounce from 45, chip towards the top of the square. No mark, Darcy picked up by Wanganeen-Mirror, almost cut off by Davidson. Woods harassing him. Kennedy, quick play. Richards snaps round the corner. Can Darcy mark this? No, he threw Caminiti. Darcy gets the free kick.
You front onto him, hold him like that.
Bit of confusion to whose free kick it is, because it was Caminiti that hit the ground. That is a mark every day of the week for me.
Which one's on the mark? Who's on the mark?
He's done a great job to get there and fight the fight, Caminiti, but
Thank you.
at 3.9 off the ground, you can't compete.
So Sam Darcy comes in from about 20 metres out, point blank. Darcy wanders in, and for Dogs fans, Christmas comes in June.
Damn. The doggies are...
Well, after a long injury layoff, as a key forward, that's what you want to do. He's had one sider already.
16 points.
On the left around the corner. Took a mark that wasn't paid 30 metres out in front. And then the sky ball from the same man, Ed Richards. Now this is a mark every day of the week for me. Wasn't paid, but then from there, you don't. The disappointment of not getting this mark gets back to the top of the goal square. Ed Richards kicks it to a really predictable area, and it's a predictable area because you know if you've got Sam Darcy there, you can kick it there every day of the week. And the free kick goes back, kicks his first after 8 weeks off.
I don't even know what that free kick's for.
Be happy.
I love Ed Richards carrying the ball. He's a different player when
grabbing?
he tucks it under the arm and takes a bounce or two. What a weapon.
4 goals to 1, the way of the Dogs. Bontempelli looks to extract it.
Just dropping the
Windhager
ball,
gives him
man.
No room to move, forced to steal. Now the smooth move of Bradley Hill. Sides it forward towards Owens, O'Donnell. St Kilda fans starting to get a bit edgy out there. A low ground ball from Cleary. Comes back to Libba, who just bombs it out towards the outer wing. And Stocker takes a good mark. Defensive side of the wing and immediately spreads.
To Wanganeen Miller.
Stand. By on.
Last minute of play in this first term. Wilkie.
Just get the feeling Bailey Dale's disappointed about not getting 50 disposals a month ago. He's hunting it again now. He's up to 12.
Burns, his kick attracts a crowd. Big fist from O'Donnell, good enough to clear the area.
So the Saints halfbackers are racking it as well at the moment. Wanganeen Miller at 12, Sinclair 10, just not getting a lot of that ball's back half, like behind centre. They want them centre forward using the ball inside 50.
Marshall down towards Hall. Marshall again.
Goal kickers for the Dogs: Sanders, Darcy, Cummis and Fraser. English wrapped up again.
An important one here as we head into quarter time is that St Kilda have gone back to 6 forwards, so maybe that's to try and shut the run of Bailey Dale out.
To ground it goes again. Steele attempting to get it out. Kennedy did get it out. Sanders, Richards, time's going to beat them.
It's a quarter time here at Marvel. The Dogs kick the first three before Higgins replied.
I'm not feeling the best.
They lead it, the Western Bulldogs 4-2-26 to the Saints at 1-4-10 by 16 points. Tomorrow night we head down to Tasmania. Hawthorn take on Adelaide. 2 form teams in the competition, and covering that will be Gary Lyon amongst others. And congratulations.
I finished watching the game off stream. Not feeling the best. I'm gonna go lay down, watching the telly.